Welcome to this introduction to the Green Software Foundation. My name is Asim Hussain. I am the Executive Director and Chairperson of the Foundation. Now, the mission of the Foundation is to build a trusted ecosystem of people, standards, tooling, and best practices for building green software. And when we talk about green software, we're talking about software which emits the fewest greenhouse gases possible to perform its function. Now, our vision is to change the culture of building software across the global tech industry so sustainability becomes a core priority to software teams, just as important as performance, security, cost, and accessibility. What I'm going to talk to you today about as well, this introduction, I'm going to talk a little bit about the structure of the foundation, why we exist, and just how we are structured, a little bit about our progress to date, and some of our projects that we're working on as well. And I'm going to finish with how to get involved if this is something you want to get involved with. So our structure, why we exist, and just how we are structured. So the primary reason to join the foundation, the main reason people are joining the foundation is to collaborate with the other members. That's really what the foundation is at its core, is a method of organizations collaborating together. We have a lot of clarity regarding patent, IP, copyright. We have agreed methods of working for how we will work together, how we will resolve our differences. We have a lot of that structure already provided in the foundation, and so when you join, it's easy to collaborate with other members. Our goal is to build a trusted ecosystem, an ecosystem people can trust. That means that the ecosystem needs to be supported by an organization like the foundation, by funding to ensure that the ecosystem will carry on and you can make processes inside your organization dependent upon that ecosystem. And look, we want there to be an industry around green software. We want there to be a situation where if you train yourself on green software principles and practices, that there are jobs out there for you. That's our goal, is to increase the market size for products and services around green software. We are a sub-foundation from the Linux Foundation. So our parent organization is the Linux Foundation. We gain a lot of knowledge and guidance and structure from the Linux Foundation. But we are our own separate and legal entity, and we're structured under 4 working groups. The standards working group focuses on creating standards around green software. The policy working group looks at how do we engage with external bodies, external regulatory forces, what are our policies, what are our positions on certain subjects and topics. That's the policy working group. The open source working group is all about how do you grow the ecosystem of tooling and data to support green software practitioners. And the community working group is really about how do you grow the ecosystem of people. So they focus a lot on things like our summit, global meetup groups, teaching, training, education. That's the community working group. And on top of it all, we have our steering committee, and they provide us with top level guidance, advice. They think about our 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 year plans for growth and strategy. This is our team, so you have a large number of people actually engaged, and there's more people engaged in the foundation. These are just the leaders of the foundation. So we have our steering committee, our administrative team, and our organizational leads. So each organization has an organizational lead. I just want to say for a second, thank you to everybody for being working so hard and getting the foundation to where it is right now. So what has our progress been? What has our progress been over the last year? Who is our membership? So we work very, very hard to ensure that we represent the global software industry. Our members operate in over 190 countries around the world. They have a global workforce of over 1.5 million, and we now have 7 Fortune Global 500 companies inside our membership. And we really put a lot of effort into ensuring that our membership is diverse, is diverse in sector, diverse in geography, diverse in organizational type. And that's one of the ways that we can feel confident when we say that we represent the global software industry. we're growing. Our growth has been phenomenal. So we are now 29 member organizations with a healthy mix of for-profit, non-profit, and academia. And our growth has been phenomenal. We launched in May 2021 with 8 members, and just under a year later, we're now 29 members. We definitely have filled a long needed niche in this space, and our membership is an indication that we're really going in the right direction. We've come a long way in a year. We launched in May 2021. We took a while to get started. We had our first meeting in July. We grew quickly to 15 members. We launched our blog. The open source working group launched their first project. The trademark policy was the first policy from the policy working group. The manifesto was published from the community working group. And the SCI is our first standard being created by the standards working group. So we've come a long way in a year, and we have some amazing things planned for the next year. Some of our projects that are being run on in the foundation are, well, this global summit. So we're running a global summit. You're probably watching this inside a global summit. This is spanning the globe. It's running in over 20 locations around the world, physical locations, people meeting up. We have a shared interest in green software, connecting and really becoming the seed for what we will become a global network of meetup groups, of local user groups. Our intention is to grow this ecosystem of people and growing a global network of focused user groups of people who share similar interests, who are meeting up regularly to talk about green software. That is one of our strategies that we are exploring to grow the ecosystem of people who are knowledgeable and care about green software. Measurement was one of the key pain points of our members when we first launched. So one of the first things we worked on was a measurement standard, which is called a software carbon intensity standard. This is a way of how to measure or score a piece of software for emissions, for sustainability. And one of the wonderful things that has enabled us to do is to just have a common language regarding software emissions. The SCI is many different things, but one of the most powerful things is a common standard way of discussing software emissions, of discussing different architectural choices and how one choice might affect the carbon emissions versus another choice. That's a wonderful thing about the software carbon intensity standards is providing a standard way of even talking about the subject, but also a standard way of measuring and scoring a software application. And the other big project that we're working on many projects, but another big project that we're working on is green software certification. So this is 101 level knowledge regarding green software. It will take a couple of hours to train for the examination. The certification will be freely available from the Green Software Foundation. The intention is to level set and level up 1 million people around the world. Our goal is to have 1 million people completed and taken the certification by the end of 2023. That's another way we're going to grow the ecosystem of people who have knowledge and understanding around green software. So that's it. That was just a quick introduction to the foundation. You can find more information about the foundation on our website, greensoftware.foundation. If you are an employee of one of our member organizations and you want to get involved, go to the Teams page on the website, find your organizational lead, reach out to them, and they will introduce you to the process for getting onboarded into the foundation. If you're not a member of the foundation and you're interested in joining, again, go to our website. There is a Join Us page where you'll find out more information as well as links to help you get started with the application process. Or if you just want to stay in touch and just stay in touch regarding what the work that we're doing, recommend you go to the website and again join our newsletter. And we send a newsletter out every month, and we just let everybody know what are the things we're working on, what are the big things happening in our space and in our industry. So thank you very much and welcome.